Nella here with Shyu, and we're going to do a tag video that I've been putting off for, I think, literal years now. So it's way overdue. It's a Never Have I Ever tag by Spore. I'll put the original video, I'll put it up top right there, and it'll be in the video description as well. Also in the video description, I'll have all of the questions. I love to do tag videos, but I find it really annoying when the questions aren't listed, because then it's an extra step if you want to play along and also do the tag. So, tags are more fun the more people who do them, so if you make things a bit easier, then more people are likely to do it. So Shyu hasn't been on terribly much on camera. So Shyu is a Infinitidoll Joy with horns from a Telesthea and Dragon doll, Gloria. And he's on a Doll Family H body. It's discontinued now. But I do love this one, even though it doesn't quite suit most of my guy characters. My guy characters tend to be on the shorter side, and then one of the other dolls that uses this body is Noah, and he's actually supposed to be not just short, but he's actually a little pudgy. However, Shyu suits this body perfectly when it's like this, and when Shyu is feeling masculine. Da-da-da! All the bare-chested glory. So yes, Shyu's pronouns for at least this video and this presentation, he is using he pronouns. In general, if I forget to say what pronouns Shyu is that day, it's they pronouns. Uses he or they. So Shyu, can you just... Okay, I guess you only just have to sit there, Shyu. Corner of the bed. Let me just take a sip of the cup of courage. And let's lay some of the rules for this tag, because it's a little bit different than usual. So, first off, for anyone who's never played Never Have I Ever, or it's been a while since you've played it, Never Have I Ever is a really common, icebreaker game, to get to know people better, which is what icebreaker means. And it's also a super common game at sleepovers and just parties in general. If you're doing it as a party game, then you're doing it as a group, and the goal is to make everyone else finish their drinks before you finish yours. So, when I used to play it, obviously, I wasn't an adult yet, so we didn't use alcohol, we used soda, or juice, or water, or what have you. So, the other thing that makes this tag a bit different, other than the structure is Never Have I Ever, is that you're supposed to use cards to show your answer. I thought it was a really cool idea that Spore had, that you do that, and you don't... Now, Spore's version had you not saying what's on the card, but I don't know if you all are listening to this while doing something else, so I'm going to say what's on the cards anyway. So, number 1. Never have I ever sold a doll. I have. It's funny because when I wrote this up, and like I said, it's been years since I decided, oh, I'll do that tag from Spore, and then just didn't get around to it. Originally, when I did this code, I had not sold a doll. So, I have sold a doll. Never have I ever purchased a doll secondhand. I have. I've talked about it multiple times on the channel, but most of my dolls are secondhand. Never have I ever bought more than one doll at a time. once again, this answer has changed. I have now, sort of. I have 2 dolls from Doll Family H coming in, and I have a body coming in from Wajing doll. I'm not actually sure how you say the name properly. And yeah, they're all coming from Alice Collections. Originally, I'd never bought 2 dolls at once, like not full dolls, but now I have. They're technically in different orders, but I expect they're going to arrive at around the same time. It's only a month, the difference. So, next one. Never have I ever put a doll on layaway. I have never put a doll on layaway. I always pay in full. Don't know why, but that's just how I've done it. Never have I ever done my own face-up or blushing work. I have done face-up and blushing work on the majority of my dolls. Never have I ever used non-safe materials to face up my doll. This one's weird. I'm going to say almost have. I almost have. Now, I didn't actually use the material, and it wasn't, like, to face up the doll. It was to remove a face up. Yeah, it turned out the cleaner I was using had a dye in it. I was able to remove it with isopropyl alcohol, but there was a moment when I thought I had turned my first white skin doll blue permanently. So, that was fun. Never have I ever made a sock dress. I have. My very first night of having my very first doll, back in 2006, yeah, December 2006, the first thing I did was made her a sock dress. Because, turns out she was more slim mini size rather than the child size, like an MSD size, so I didn't really have any clothes for her. Actually, this is not true. She stole a lot of Groovy Girl clothes. So, never have I ever taken my dolls to a meetup. I absolutely have taken my dolls to meetups. I love doing in-person meetups. There's just something about the vibe and the energy, and of course getting to see dolls in person, getting to see fellow collectors in person. It's awesome. So I've absolutely taken, I think almost all of my dolls have been to a meetup of some kind. Never have I ever restrung my doll incorrectly and had to redo it. Almost have. I can't remember if it was Finn or Alwyn, but I think it was Finn. I almost restrung him with the wrong string, wrong elastic, through the wrong holes. But I realized it before I'd completely restrung him, so didn't have to redo it. Never have I ever bought a full set. I have never bought a full set. I love full sets, but I haven't found one that, like, really, really speaks to me and makes me go, oh yeah, I need to, like, have precisely that. Never have I ever created a hybrid. I absolutely have, and Shyu is a great example of one. Never have I ever butchered a wig. I absolutely have butchered a wig, and I'll actually, once again, I'll link that in the video description and also up top here, because it was my first time trying to cut a wig, and it didn't go well. I've still got it as a tester wig for checking out colors, but it's really bad. Never have I ever taken a doll on vacation. I absolutely have taken dolls on vacation. I think only 2 years after getting dolls, I packed them up for my first visit, my first time going outside of the country. So, never have I ever sculpted my own BJD. I'm going to say I never have, because I'm in the process of doing so. So far it seems to be turning out to be kind of a goblin, but I like that. A goblin with a huge smile and interchangeable mouth pouts. Never have I ever taken a photo, then realized my doll had crazy eyes. Absolutely, who hasn't done that? Never have I ever chipped or broken part of my doll. I have. My first doll broke a finger when I was on vacation at the cottage, and a goose, or possibly geese, there might have been more than one, presumably consumed it, or hid it. Yeah. If you want to know the full story behind the finger being stolen by a goose at the cottage story, let me know in the comments. Okay, never have I ever owned more than one of the same sculpt. I have. I have 2 Batchix Lagoon heads, and the characters are, we'll say, sort of twins. It is a whole mess. It's very magical, so there's a reason for it. Never have I ever owned a recast. I've never owned a recast. I'm very firmly pro-artist, and I try to advocate as much as possible to prevent newbies from being led astray by pro-recast stuff, and I try to prevent, spread education so that people who are interested in the hobbies don't accidentally buy recasts. Never have I ever received a doll as a gift. I kind of have, and I kind of haven't. I'm going to say my second doll was sort of a gift, in that it was my sister's doll, and she sold it to me, but my parents paid for it. So, like, my parents gave it as a gift, but then it wasn't really a gift for my sister. Whatever. It was Alwyn. It was Alwyn. She's my soul doll, Tiffany, with modified eyes. She was the first BJD I ever saw, and she's really, really special to me. And never have I ever bought a doll for somebody else. I have never bought a doll for somebody else. Yeah, it just kind of hasn't come up. Yeah. Okay, so that ends the tag. This ended up being longer than I thought, because I talked instead of just showing you the answers. Whatever. So, like I said, the questions are all in the video description, as is the video of me butchering the wig, because I took photos of the whole process, if anyone wants to see them. And if you want to hear the story behind the missing finger at the goose sanctuary, after taking my dolls, there was an adventure. Let me know in the comments. And you know what? Let me know if you do this tag. I really want to check out and see what you all have to say. So, that's bye from Nella. Bye from Shyu. Have a great day. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.